Hollywood was built on beauty, power, and perceived perfection. Beyond the muscles and movie lights, some celebs overstepped. Control over aging, fame, and terror was desired. Despite promises of power and immortality, steroids caused pandemonium. Body transformed, tempers flared. Under pressure, legends broke. These celebs thought they could grasp chemistry, but failed. Controlled by it. How far would you go to be on top when celebrity demands perfection? These 15 celebrities let steroids rule them. 15. Arnold Schwarzenegger. Long before he's governor or blockbuster king, Arnold Schwarzenegger embodied authority. His background was small Austrian town with only a dream to be the strongest man alive. And he did. Through willpower, endless training, and hunger, Arnold obsessed about his figure, making him famous worldwide. Cameras admiring his form. Every photo, win, and grin seemed to matter. Whisper that hard work can achieve perfection. Behind the legend, something darker was happening. Silent steroid shadow. In bodybuilding's golden age, steroids weren't forbidden. They were the unstated survival rule. Arnold acknowledged to using them in competition. Years called them crucial era tools. That confession busted the misconception. The godlike guy revealed that even gods trick nature. He insisted that was common and safe under medical supervision. But truth perfection cost more than a dumbbell. The Arnold body was the model for years. Manly beauty. But time brought thought. He advised young athletes not to repeat his mistakes, reminding them that shortcuts bite deeper than intended. His heart surgeries, obvious aging, his changing interview tone, all evidence of a man who had faced his creation. Arnold left a huge legacy. He remains the dream. Many chased, the body millions copied. Hidden beneath the fame and fortune teaches that unlimited strength costs. He made himself a monument. Monuments, however powerful, crack over time. 14. Sly Stallone. Prior to Rocky and Rambo, Sylvester Stallone was another striving actor with an unachievable dream. Having written himself into Hollywood history, a street warrior who embodied American grit. However, his fame grew, pressure to be bigger than life. Rocky became more than a character, an expectation carved into his skin. Stallone used more than determination to meet that image. Behind sweat and training montages were chemically hidden. In his latter films, hormone use rumors spread, especially among individuals seeking superhuman physiques. Louder. Stallone called testosterone and human growth hormone a modern drug in one interview. Spring of youth. Some interpreted his survival as surrender. He was fined for bringing hormone vials through an Australian airport and humiliated by headlines calling him a fraud. To the public, the disciplinarian had passed the line, he criticized. Still, Stallone stood firm. He justified his choices. Claims age pushed him to find new strategies to compete in a youth-focused business. The cost was clear. His bigger face, deeper voice, harder body, but less human than natural charm replaced by something synthetic. He remained on screen, but the man behind the muscles seemed to vanish. Years later, he openly regretted every injection that felt like time savings. Despite his tone, he stated he did what he had to stay relevant. Fatigue, not pride. A living icon, Sylvester Stallone age may defeat even legends. Due to Hollywood, war for eternal youth never stops. It just alters survival requirements. Point 13. Dwayne Johnson. He claims to be the toughest worker. And the world believed it for years. From wrestling stadiums to Hollywood's largest sets, Dwayne Johnson constructed an empire built on strength, charisma, and drive. He was modern Hercules. Massive, unstoppable, perfect. Perfection always has a shadow. While his physique swelled beyond belief, whispers started following. Can someone stay that huge, lean, and faultless without help? The Rock has never admitted to long-term steroid use. He acknowledged to trying them early on. Briefly, then quit, claiming naivety. The internet never forgets. And every transformation has stirred controversy. His body was compared across decades. From lean athlete to comic book powerhouse, the math didn't work. His size outpaced time. He was full of energy and looked cut from stone. Anything unnatural. Dwayne's story covers more than just drugs. The issue is pressure. He portrays discipline and drive. Every morning before sunrise, inspiring millions. Behind the camera, that image is a prison. The world keeps Rock young and strong. Every movie and brand deals yearning for an unachievable body fosters obsession. Whether he is nearly irrelevant whether natural or not. He symbolized the Hollywood body cult. Truth loses to strength and performance. Rock ruled everything. Movies, wrestling, business fame. He may face his hardest opponent in the mirror, someone who must always seem good at all costs. Due to Hollywood, heroes need secret weapons. That weapon occasionally dominates. 12. Hogan. Before the ring lights and crowd clamor, Hulk Hogan was Terry Bollea, a young guy that wanted invincibility. Wrestling was his stage. And soon the world got its superhero. His golden hair, big muscles, and Hogan symbolized American might with his roar. He was strong, but also he embodied legend. But underneath that invincible look was a man willing to sell truth for strength delusion. Steroids flooded professional wrestling during its golden age. Like water, bodies grew, vines sharpened, tempers shortened, and Hogan was at its heart. He denied using anything unusual for years until federal investigations in the early 1990s brought down the curtain. Court forced him to testify, confessing to using wrestling doctor-supplied anabolic drugs. The news shocked admirers that loved him as a symbol of discipline and effort. Suddenly, the Millions hero appeared like another man caught lied. Hogan's confession shook the industry. Sponsors left, his reputation shattered, and wrestling's clean image was forever tarnished. The man who previously urged students to train, pray, and take vitamins became live proof that even bold slogans can mask weakness. But somehow he survived. He returned to the ring aged and scarred but unbreakable. Famous people forgive faster than truth. But the harm was done. His body showed chemical wear. His face grew old too fast. The Hulkamania myth would never be the same. Hogan will always be remembered as the man who made power entertaining and illustrated what happens when fantasy meets reality and the mask eventually falls. 11. Mark Wahlberg. He started as a Boston child with attitude and glass-cutting abs. Wahlberg's image was built on transformation. The bad lad becomes movie star. The rapper turned businessman. The rebel who found redemption. In Hollywood, redemption appears. For Mark, that appearance had to grow, lean, and strengthen. Simply no excuses. When gain and pain strike theaters, fans were astonished. Mark appeared engineered. Almost overnight, his muscles grew. He attributed endless training and rigorous diet programs. Whispers told another story behind the scenes. Trainers' insiders said the shift was too fast, dramatic, and precise. Rumors of performance-enhancing drugs, growth hormones, and steroid cycles circulated. Mark denied everything, but rumors persisted. Hollywood wants transformation on cue made Wahlberg its ideal soldier. He boasted about 3 a.m. His 7 daily exercises meals, his monastic rule. For every admirer that respected his hustle, another inquired how much was real. How much of that discipline was natural and artificially enhanced. Over time, the cost showed. His voice deepened and face thickened, and the young charm became nearly unrecognizable. Still, he persisted, signing positions that needed unachievable physical perfection. Art was no longer relevant. It was maintenance, a fight against time and expectations. Today, Wahlberg discusses equilibrium, faith, and cleanliness. But his body still tells a story. Man who discovered vanity's claws in redemption. Mark proved it. Hollywood reinvention is more than a job move. It's addiction. And no matter how gorgeous, all addictions cost money. 10. Mickey Rourke. Once Mickey Rourke was a deadly celebrity without muscles. He had a smoldering Poet Street charisma. A man who could steal a scene with a glance. Hollywood treats armorless old guys cruelly. As Mickey sought a new body, second opportunity, and rebirth as his reputation faded to youth chemical illusion. Early on, Rourke was lean, magnetic, unpredictable. The wrestler returned looking like a ghost in his old clothes. Face. Shocking change. Swelling, veins, thick skin road map like bulging. Boxing, plastic surgery, and poor luck were his excuses. Doctors. However, steroid and hormone injection rumors persisted. As smoke after a brawl. Physical changes were too abrupt, unequal, and unnatural to ignore. Rourke sought more than muscle. He chased time. Hollywood moved on. He refused to leave quietly. All injections and procedures were desperate mirror negotiation. He hated being young again. Simply being relevant was his goal. But the mirror always wins. He became irritable and moody behind the scenes. He was restless and plagued by what he lost and became, according to friends. In interviews, he joked about his physique, but anguish came through. The once dangerous man was now fragile, as someone who saw too much and tried too hard to forget. Mickey Rourke's conundrum persists. Man built from natural materials emotion turned himself into sculpture and saw it crack. Not just letting steroids take over his body. His soul was consumed by Hollywood's young obsession. 9. Sheen. The actor Charlie Sheen, born into, raised in, and nearly ruined by celebrity. The golden son of Hollywood. Charming and rebellious, he could make money with a grin. For years, audiences loved Bad Lad who never grew up. Party King who always landed on his feet. Every kingdom has poison, and Charlie's was vials, pills, and syringes. The steroids were just another cocktail ingredient that straddled power and crazy. At first, narcotics gave him unlimited energy, confidence, and a sharper body than ever. His training was rigorous, bragged more, and lived like jet fuel. He's charming, but mind and body were quietly collapsing. Steroids that made him indestructible distorted his moods that intensify his fury and exacerbate his addictions. The actor and his characters blurred. The chaos materialized. Charlie faced scandals that didn't dispute performance. Explosion. Every manic diatribe was part of his mythos. He said winning. Actually, his body was weakening. Years of abuse destroyed his career and health. His heart raced, skin thinned, and once famous face grew tired. Hollywood tried forgiveness but gave up. Once millionaire man episode fought lawsuits and illness under fluorescent lights alone. The muscles, power, no more bravado. The warning on his reflection persisted. Strength without control is disguised devastation. Charlie Sheen's narrative isn't about fame lost. How far a man will go to feel alive when spotlight fades. He wasn't monsterized by steroids. Only his was given. Stronger devils. 8. Britney Spears. Britney Spears' debut came on screen. She embodied American innocence. Bright, blonde, unstoppable. Her grin sold million albums. Her stage maneuvers ruled, and her physique was adored worldwide. Fame doesn't just love devours you. Behind the polished pop image was a young woman, always told to appear better, thinner, stronger. Also, somewhere along pressure became darker. Her body changed with age. This wasn't just the inherent cost of parenting or celebrity. It was different. Insiders discussed hormone therapy and performance boosters. Trainers mentioned recovery supplements, mini cycles to shape her body faster than nature. Steroid-like booster rumors followed her every upswing and downfall. Her body bore the signs, but no one could verify them. Crisp, muscular tone, seasonal swelling, unanticipated swings that suggested toward chemical interference. For Britney, control was everything. She had lived governed by contracts, conservators, and cameras. If she used enhancement medications, it wasn't for vanity. To survive, keep up, stay relevant, and silence critics who valued her in tabloid prints. She lost control of her body while she sought to control it. Controlled her life. She come up about her hardships after the world had already written her story. Fallen star, unstable pop queen. But behind the pandemonium was a woman shattered by a system that expected perfection and punished her for pursuing it. If steroids were part of her spiral, not the cause. Another sign of Hollywood's wickedness. Britney Spears didn't let steroids rule her. Fame did. The harm it caused behind was tougher to repair than any muscle. 7. Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan has always portrayed himself as the alpha. A hard-training man, clean eating and telling the truth, even if it offends. He's the voice reason for millions. He teaches discipline and mocks shortcuts. His assurance and cold plunges hide a paradox that would ruin his myth. So while Joe instructs his audience to be natural, but he's not. Over time for years, Rogan has openly discussed testosterone replacement and human growth hormone. Optimizing, not improving. The Kindoff language tricks that protects his image. In his world, medicine, non-vanity. The change is little, but the results are clear. His body remained carved until his 50s. Voice deepened, skin thickened. His vigor seemed unnatural for his age. Some found it motivating. Hypocrisy disguised as motivation for others. What distinguishes Rogan's tale unusual in its publicness? He discloses science. He explains He converts hormone therapy into lifestyle philosophy, a pretext for education. He claims testosterone has broken modern men.is the remedy. That message is powerful and dangerous, because when that powerful man normalizes chemical aid, making it public.it becomes standard. Millions believe his statements as gospel, forgetting costs accompany any optimization. Cardiovascular risks, hormone crashes, dependency. Joe Rogan flourished on truth, but his own truth shows how half-truths tempt. He's not the villain, but he represents a new period where men call their steroids, and everyone nods. There's no drug addiction in Joe. Having control is his addiction, and Hollywood always has a catch-needle. 6. Zac Efron. Zac Efron was born famous. Forgive flaws. From teen idol to Hollywood star, he branded his face and torso. He was golden for years, that youngster who seemed unaffected by controversy or time. Then came change that piqued interest. Zac's Baywatch body was comic book-esque, abdominal carvings, razor-thin skin, lightning veins. It was amazing and unnatural. He cited tough exercises and stringent diets. Inner Circle murmured about steroid cycles, growth hormones, and pharmaceutical shortcuts for difficult studio deadlines. That transition takes years, yet he completed it in months. He refuted the reports, but they persisted. His face harder, jaw more pronounced, energy wired, eyes fatigued but maniac. He appeared obsessed rather than balanced. Later, Zac said the encounter nearly wrecked him. He said Baywatch made him miserable, sleepless, deprived of serenity. He discussed dehydration and nervousness, keeping an unsustainable body. Fans gossiped about his face swelling in later interviews that ignited again over hormone side effects and fillers. The speculation had a deeper meaning. A young man seeking control in a pressure-driven industry. He spent years being loved for his appearance, not his character. When that image broken, he hid from the glare that had racked him. Zac Efron's narrative isn't about vanity. Survival in a beauty-driven, exhausted world. The cost. He didn't let steroids rule him. Fame did, and the world applauded as he nearly broke, trying to be flawless. 5. Liver King. Liver King, a bare-chested prophet, was famous before the internet called him out. Restore primordial living. He advised millions to eat raw organs and lift heavy stones, and reject contemporary frailty. Every video and post was a performance of ancient might. He said it was natural, made from raw beef, cold plunges, discipline. No part of him appeared natural. He had rope-like veins. Beyond his muscles swelled reason shone on his skin like chemistry. For years, he shouted steroids were weak lies. He laughed at critics and vowed ancestral, not artificial, and the truth emerged. Detailed emails surfaced damning, undisputed. He spent thousands on growth each month. Hormones and anabolic boosters in precise cycles while preaching purity. Internet turned overnight. Hypocrisy typified the primeval king. When questioned, he confessed. He said he lied to encourage men, not fool them, to save lives. But no apology could change the fact. His honesty-based empire was cut from deception. His once strong body now resembled a costume. Performance reveals confidence, rage, and swagger. Millions looked to Liver King's demise. Not the first to lie about steroids, but the first. Real-time capture. His anecdote demonstrated modern masculinity's reach. Cell power fantasies. He went beyond hormone injections. He provided illusion to a generation seeking heroes. Liver King didn't collapse from steroids. His forgetfulness caused him to fall. The oldest strength rule. You can mimic muscle, but not truth. Point 4. Chris Hemsworth. Besides playing God, Chris Hemsworth did more. He resembled one. When Thor first swung the hammer, he changed. Stunned Hollywood. A silent Australian surfer was the epitome of modern manhood. Tall, golden, lightning sculpted. Every film made him bigger, leaner, sharper. And he did repeatedly. His body seemed more special effect than human. The internet called it discipline. Trainers called it chintz, but whispers named it another. Steroid rumors trailed him behind the heroic glow. Shadow-like. Fans saw the impossible every time he appeared. Paper-thin skin, bursting veins, muscle density that lacks naturalness. He credited diet and exercise. But fitness experts quietly disagreed, citing evidence of synthetic aid. Fast recuperation, year-round conditioning, and vascularity only chemical precision can sustain. Chris never admitted anything. He needn't. Trying to be godlike was enough punishment. All jobs required the same fantasy silhouette. Every camera wanted perfection. Even as he aged, muscles must keep young. Self-image imprisoned him. Brand training, not actor training, survival training. The shift followed. He talked about in interviews exhaustion, about slowing down, afraid of what his lifestyle might cost him. He explored projects without a machine-like appearance. But the internet persisted. Fantasy because no one wants mortal gods. Chris Hemsworth's narrative didn't involve guilt. About pressure. Warping induced invisibility. His chemical help may never be admitted, yet transformation shows that Hollywood heroes bleed up beneath the glow. 3. A Carrot Top. Carrot Top was 90s comedy's wild card. Child, loud, eccentric, unmissable. He became famous for prop-based humor. Household name. But his appearance was his signature. Bright red hair, slender frame, cartoon energy became real. Nearly instantly, everything changed. The quirky comedian returned as a muscular, veiny outsider. His body expanded, face hardened, and skin took on that chemical strain glow. Fan whispers lasted years. Some said he grew obsessed with training. Some called it the Hollywood curse. The old temptation of wanting to stay young, enterprise that penalizes age. However, protein shakes could not explain the significant change. Dumbbells. Wiry to bodybuilder, humorous to action figure. The jokes stopped at regarding his props. They concerned his face. Plastic surgeons and fitness specialists commented, citing obvious augmentation, synthetic muscle fullness, water retention, alterations face structure. His once boyish features were inflated, his jaw set, and his skin stretched taut, struggling to contain the pressure. Carrot Top laughed when asked. He blamed lighting, angles, internet. But denials piqued interest. What caused his story was different because the mockery was public. Late-night hosts roasted him. Tabloids shredded him. Memes outpaced his gags. No longer the punchline maker became the punchline. But he kept performing, standing on stage in Las Vegas under the same lights that disclosed his secrets. But Carrot Top never admitted steroid use may never happen. His physique speaks louder than words. Punchline. He sought to be relevant and lost his innocence that made him renowned. In for strength, he exchanged authenticity for armor. In Hollywood, armor always breaks in the spotlight. John Cena, too. Born to be John Cena, bigger than life. In wrestling, he was the perfect storm charm, discipline. The body seemed battle-ready. Fans called him unstoppable. Indestructible, the very image of strength itself. He was the pure hero. Told kids to persevere. The man who made decency appear powerful. But despite slogans and grins, a secret survived. The whisper soft steroids. Cena felt skepticism early in his career. His journey from collegiate athlete to muscle icon appeared too fast, too defined, too precise. He became denser, leaner, and superhuman each year. Most athletes couldn't maintain this conditioning. He always rejected it, saying hard effort and only devotion was needed. He even agreed to random tests that prove his innocence. His shadow followed him, fueled by the industry's long history of augmentation and deceit. His story reflects the system that formed him. He was hailed as a clean savior after decades of corruption in wrestling. He carried that load like armor, never slipping, integrity intact. Over time, the armor looked heavier. His movement slowed, his face thickened, and his energy changed, but his muscles remained tremendous. Mechanical, almost practiced. The human beneath faded. Behind closed doors yet, even his apologists confessed the pressure was intense. Continue being working in a size-obsessed industry required constant upkeep appearances, everlasting anticipation. He wasn't cheating if he used surviving. Today, John Cena plays for the camera. Soldiers, heroes, and discipliners. But his image, like his body, is a mystery monument. The proof and the query, he is a guy of integrity in an illusion-obsessed world. So in that contradiction, he became Hollywood's favorite mythical figure. Smile. 1. Vin Diesel. Vin Diesel became famous for speed, steel, and loyalty. He was more than an action star. He was franchise. For 2 decades, selling unshakable brotherhood and impenetrable strength. Every frame of his films exuded power and control, but beneath that picture was a man facing the same battle as any aging action star. Slow time treachery. When Vin was natural, powerful, and athletic when he first debuted on TV. Believable. After years, fans observed changes. His frame expanded. Denser, skin tighter, veins sharper, face swollen. The identical question circulated online with every new film. How does he keep so big and cut perfection for so long? Trainers, journalists, and co-stars hinted small cycles boost performance to keep his million-dollar body. Vin never confirmed. Silence was louder than denial. Rumors hurt a man whose brand was genuineness. He wanted to be the grittier street racer who deserved everything. But Hollywood doesn't reward realism, rewarding delusion. For the illusion to last, the body must remain timeless as the guy within ages. He said in interviews, laughs off the rumors, reminding supporters that strength derives from family. And concentrate. But his public appearances say otherwise. Sudden size changes, chemical retention's roundness. His movements were still. Taking red carpet photos is like fighting the mirror. Vin Diesel's legacy transcends truth and lies. In a decay-punishing industry, survival matters. He symbolized endless youth and might, the last vestige of an era. But beneath the shades and growl is a man who understands engines wear out. When the lights go out, hardest portion retains fame. It admits the machine was never meant to last. Hollywood's strength is never just muscle. It's mask. Fear underlies every gorgeous body. Of aging, waning, losing control. The steroids promised power. They took something. Better peace. Some stars lived, others died. Yet all paid the same price. Every illusion fades, no matter how dazzling the lights. And when no muscle remains when the spotlight dies, the cost of pretending being unbeatable